Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about two important factors in determining how to take care of your natural hair. So something that's really common is hair typing and curl pattern and am I up for this, that, blah, blah, blah. But there are other factors in determining how to care for your hair, which is hair density and the width of your hair. Because sometimes you watch some videos or like you see your family and friends, they too have 4C hair, but then they're using a certain product and it seems to work magic on their hair, and then when you try it, it's just kind of like whack. I've been there, and that's because of there are different factors in determining how to take care of your hair. Curl pattern is not the only factor, there are multiple factors. So today I'm going to be talking about two other important factors in determining how to manage and take care of your natural hair. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is hair density. So hair density also refers to the thickness of your hair. So it's basically how much hair is on your head, and how close or far apart they are from each other. So it's commonly referred to as having thick hair or having thin hair or medium. So there are three types of density. So there's high density, medium, and then there's low density. So how do you determine this? How do you determine the density of your hair? Into the research certified. The way you determine your hair density is by usually when it's dry, because when your hair is wet, it's a lot thinner. So determine this when your hair is dry. So let your hair hang, well, not hang, but let it flow out, because obviously afro. And just check your head or get someone to check your hair. If you can easily see your scalp, then that means you have low density hair. And if you can't really see scalp, or it's very hard to see scalp, then that means you have high density hair. If you're somewhere in between, you kind of see some scalp, but not really, you're medium density. Okay, so now what do you do with this information? Why do you care about this information? So if you have high density hair or thick hair, for example, I have high density hair. You may need creamier products in your hair. So try using creamier moisturizers so that it really soaks into your hair. Because if you have a lot of hair, so that means you need something creamy to get it to moisturize more. So also with sealants, try a thicker sealant, maybe shea butter, or if you're going to use oil, check out castor oil, Jamaican black castor oil, since it's a lot thicker. And since you have thick hair, those products tend to work better with high density or thick hair. The other side, if you have low density hair, that means that your hair tends to get weighed down more with heavy products. So opt for lighter products, so lighter moisturizers, and maybe also when you're choosing an oil / sealant, maybe choose a very light oil like jojoba oil or grapeseed oil. So that's something to consider. And if you're in between medium, just, you can really play with both sides and see what works for your hair. So the next way that you can determine how to take care of your hair is by determining the thickness of each hair strand, so the width of each of your hair strands. Okay, so there are multiple ways to determine the width of your hair. There's no one true way, but here goes. So one source said, a lot of sources actually said, you take a strand of your hair from a brush or a comb, and then you compare it to a piece of thread. So if it's the same size as the thread, then you have medium hair width. If it's thicker than the thread, then your hair strand is coarse. And if it's thinner than the thread, then you have fine hair. Another test is to get a piece of your hair and hold it against light. So if it's really easy to see the hair, then that means that it's coarse. But if it's very faint and you can barely see the strand, that means it's fine. And in between is I guess you can kind of see it, but it's not too visible. And the third way to determine the thickness of your hair strand is compare it against your pubic hair. The hair down there tends to be coarse. So if it's the same, if your hair strand is the same width, then that means that you have coarse hair strand. If it's like a lot thinner, then that means you have fine hair. And then if it's like somewhere in between, then medium. Okay, so now why is this important? Like, why should you care about this? So if you have coarse hair, that means that your hair strands are generally stronger, so they're more resistant to damage. You have more protein in your hair naturally, and also it's less pillable, meaning it's not as elastic, it's more rigid. Another feature is that your hair might frizz or fray when you comb it. Another tip, since it's a bit more rigid, it's a better option to detangle it when it's wet so that it's, more flexible for you to do. So on the other hand, if you have fine hair, your hair may be more prone to breakage because it's really delicate and fragile. So try to do finger detangling instead of like combing a lot and using a lot of heat in your hair. So try to be more gentle with your hair, and also maybe try adding a protein treatment because fine hair tends to have less protein than coarse hair. And if you're somewhere in between fine and coarse, then I guess follow the rules with both and just kind of experiment to see where you fit in with both of these. I did the test and I think I have coarse strands or medium to coarse strands. Can you tell? Okay, whatever. So I put some useful articles in the description box below. So check it out for more information and for clarification on anything I talked about. And I really hope these tips helped you. And in the comments below, what is your hair density and what is the width of your hair? And how are you going to use this information to help you in your natural hair care process? All right, so thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!